What's up guys? In today's video, we will look at some of the best hidden gems, or in other words, the differentials, players with low ownership who could do well this season in Fantasy Premier League. This is the FPL Lounge and please do consider subscribing to the channel. It's absolutely free for you, but it's a huge motivation for me to make better content for you guys. The first player on the list is Matt Doherty from Tottenham Hotspurs. He is currently selected by only 1.3% of the managers, and that low ownership is because he had a big money move to Spurs last season and failed to live up to expectations. He only played 17 games for Spurs last season and his stats were quite underwhelming to be honest. He struggled with fitness issues as well. But if you look at his previous seasons, he scored 144 points in 2018-19 and 167 points in 2019-20 season when he was at Wolves, which is very good for a defender. He achieved those numbers playing under Nuno Santos Espirito, who is the new coach for Spurs, and Nuno is a coach who likes to play attacking wingbacks. During his days at Wolves, he played Doherty as an out-of-position midfielder on a number of occasions. So at the moment, Doherty is playing under a coach he is quite familiar with, and that could work in his favour and earn him a place in the starting 11. Spurs have a tough opening fixture against Manchester City, but then they have games against Wolves, Watford and Crystal Palace in the next 3 game weeks. Next player on the list is Michael Olise, who recently signed with Crystal Palace. Last season he played in the Championship for Reading and he had a wonderful season. He won the Best Young Player at the EFL Awards. He scored 7 goals, provided 12 assists and created 10 big chances last season. He typically plays as an attacking midfielder but could also play as a right winger. He has a price of 5.5 million and has an ownership of only 0.3%, so he is a massive differential. If you look at Crystal Palace currently, they are under a new coach and we would have to wait and see if Olise makes it straight into the starting 11. I personally think that he will because Eberechi Eze, who was last season's major signing, is currently injured and has an unknown return date. Olise plays in a similar role as Eze, so he should be the best possible replacement. Crystal Palace do have some tough fixtures to start with. They face Chelsea, West Ham, Spurs and Liverpool all in the first 6 game weeks, so it would be interesting to see how they perform. Next player on the list is Ricardo Pereira from Leicester. He currently has an ownership of below 2%. He has seen a price drop by 0.5 million this season, and that is because he hardly played last season. He was mostly out with an injury. But his replacement, James Justin, is also out injured, and that could mean that Ricardo makes his way back into the starting 11. There is Timothy Castagne as well, who plays as the right back, but he suffered a horrific injury at the Euros, so I am not really sure if he would be 100% fit. The pre-seasons would really give an idea. There is also a possibility that Ricardo plays out of position on the right of the midfield, especially if they go for a 4 in the midfield or 5 in the midfield formation, because Leicester don't really have a lot of options in that position. On the left they have Harvey Barnes, on the right it could be Ricardo and he has played in that position before. If that happens, then at 5.5 million he could be a bargain because we all know how valuable out of position defenders are in the game. Leicester have decent opening fixtures. They face Wolves at home in the opening game, followed by West Ham, Norwich, Manchester City, Brighton and Burnley. Next on the list is Joe Willock from Arsenal. He has a price of 6 million and currently has an ownership of 0.7%. He was on loan to Newcastle last season and had a strong finish to the season. He scored 8 goals in 21 games as Newcastle kind of redeemed themselves. They were battling relegation at one point but improved greatly towards the end of the season, and Willock played a huge part in that. He is currently back with Arsenal, but Newcastle have been highly interested in signing him. If that happens, then he would be a surefire starter for the Magpies, considering he was one of their key players last season. The fixtures that you see on screen right now are for Arsenal. But if Willock stays at Arsenal, I'm not sure if he's going to be a regular starter. But that is all going to change if he moves to Newcastle, and that will increase his appeal considerably. And the last player on the list is Danny Ings. He has a price of 8 million and is currently selected by under 4% of the managers. Now I have seen a lot of drafts on Twitter, on YouTube and other forums, and I have not seen anyone pick Danny Ings, which is understandable because last season he didn't live up to the expectations. Southampton as a team underperformed. Ings had injury concerns as well, but still if you look at his stats, it wasn't that bad. He scored 12 goals and provided 4 assists in 29 games. The season before that he scored close to 200 points and if he stays fit, he could well repeat that this season. Southampton still have a good team on paper, so they could improve from last season. Ings has been linked to teams like Manchester City and Manchester United, but Ralph Hasenhüttl has recently released a statement claiming that Ings will be with the Saints for at least another year. Southampton have a tricky run of starting fixtures that include Everton, Manchester United, Newcastle, West Ham, Manchester City and Wolves in the first 6 game weeks. Alright, so that's it for today. If you liked the video, then please show your support by pressing the like button and sharing the video with your friends. Thank you for watching.